Disney Channel.
What's this podcast called?
Stepsister from Planet Weird.
Podcast from Planet Weird.
Oh, Luck of the Irish. More like freak me in the eyeballs.
I love this movie.
No!
I told you not to bring up prom in this
you want
episode.
to talk about prom, mama? Drama-ca-flama, baby. I was nominated for winner from
God damn it.
King.
Hello, everybody. It is the first episode of 2024.
Bwah, 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 bwah. That was like my heroic trumpet sound.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just the regular bwah, 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 air horn.
That was the medieval air horn.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
what they did back then.
we need it. I think now more than ever we need it.
Yes. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to episode 308 of Podcast
And we're about
from Planet
to
Weird.
eat.
And we 308 this movie up, let me tell
Yeah,
you.
we sure did.
And more importantly, welcome to Japanuary.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
As a very Japanese person once said, domo saiko arigato kawaii. And we know that person to be Avril Lavigne, a
Yes.
very Japanese person.
Yes. As I thought you were doing the Domo Arigato, Mr. Roboto for a second.
That's tired. We're done with her. Mr. Roboto's about to kill us, okay? Did you see that Tesla drone that almost killed that guy or whatever? That Tesla robot?
No, but I believe it.
You see a robot, you punch that bitch. Sorry for those robots.
Have you
listening.
seen there's like those robots in LA that
Are they on coke?
they're like little
Do
carts.
they have an eating disorder?
They're like little carts they take you, they take stuff
They take your food to you or whatever.
yeah, and they have names. Like this one's like Eric. And
Ew.
like they have names like that. There's this guy on TikTok, which I'm not on TikTok, but I saw him through the H3 podcast. I think he also harasses sometimes things need to be harassed.
Sometimes
and this is a
people
good
need to get
example of
fucking
harassment.
doxed. Yeah.
Because he harasses Scientologists.
Hell yeah.
He'll go to one of their places in Hollywood and bother them. But he also messes with the fucking robots.
Hell yeah.
He'll go and push them over or be like, you fucking ran over my foot.
And what do they do? Do they
whatever
apologize?
They're just these little they're supposed to be cute little robots. But he's like, fuck you.
Okay, work.
Anyways, I don't know if this
Beat those
is
bitches up.
I don't know if this is our influence or if they did this before and maybe subconsciously I knew this and that's why we called this Japanuary. But apparently Letterboxd is doing a whole Japanuary thing. I mean, our impact.
Are you sure you didn't just steal that shit?
I'm not sure. But I
I
know
could be a thief.
well they're just doing a Japanuary thing, I think to promote watching Japanese films.
The films from over the seas?
Yeah. It says that they tweeted, with Japanuary upon us, they added someone catches up with in this corner of the world filmmaker, blah 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 blah. And then they later said the Japanuary 2024 challenge to watch 10 Japanese films from 10 different categories is underway on Letterboxd now.
So a romance? Okay, so Sarah, here are your 10. Okay, so anyone doing this challenge, I got your 10 movies for you. Ready? Here you go. Indie horror. You gotta watch House. Or as our friend called it once, but truly it's pronounced House. House. Okay.
I was gonna watch it in October for spooky times, but I watched Suspiria instead. I was like, I can only watch one old ass spooky movie.
I watched the old ass Suspiria, and let me tell you, I like the new one.
And honey, the colors were coloring.
I mean, the colors. She was all of the ones every single color that the wind carries, you know, all of them.
Yes.
It had it, right? It had it.
She was an ally, that film.
She said, I can paint with them. All the colors, baby, of the wind.
She had the rainbow connection, I'll tell you that.
Oh my god. Someday you'll find it.
Yeah, they did not have a scene where a girl pees herself while
From getting
the thing
fucking
being controlled by
being into a
someone.
pretzel. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. But yes, okay, so you gotta watch House. Okay, House. Okay, here's your second one. Just regular horror, mainstream horror. Ready? Super iconic. Rangoon. Not the lizard movie, not Rango. Rangoon. Okay, with that little bitch that comes out the TV and snatches your soul up. Okay, that's the one. That's two. Okay, third movie. This
Those
is
are
a
both horror.
indie horror, different genres.
I don't know about that.
Shh. Okay, here's your third movie. We gotta watch. This is your romance. Ready? This is your indie romance. This is your indie drama. The Handmaiden.
Mm-hmm.
Put those bells up your coochie, babe. Put those bells up your coochie. Okay, Handmaiden. Okay, what's another genre, Sarah? You want like a western?
Comedy. Western Seven Samurai.
Is that what?
I don't know.
I was
what
gonna say the
country
one
made
that's
that.
like Hawken. It's like Hawken something.
Hackensack.
It's on Hulu. It's on HBO. It's like those really old ones with like the father and like the daughter. They like spoof it on Bob's Burgers, but it's actually like a real thing, right? So watch that. Figure out what that is. Watch that. Okay, that's your old like Western samurai martial arts. Okay. How many genres is that? 4? Maybe 3, because indie horror isn't a separate genre, I guess. Okay. What's another genre, Sarah?
Did you do drama?
Yes, The Handmaiden.
That was romance, I thought.
Is it romance and drama different?
Yeah, so you have to choose which ones these would be
Oh
going
Lord!
into.
Oh, I can't do this anymore. I only know like 3 Japanese movies. You could watch the Digimon movie, which is just 3 different little movies put together. That's at least like 2 genres in there, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Miyazakis, I think each of one is a different genre. Ska.
Ska is a genre. I don't know. They have like a list of like a bunch of movies, but like it's not like broken down into categories. It just says watch 10 Japanese films from 10 different categories on this list. And I did look, I searched on their Twitter, I just searched Japanuary, and it looks like they have tweeted Japanuary in the past, but it's just been like, name your 4 favorite Japanese films. I think this is, oh no, they did the challenge last year. Okay, so maybe I subconsciously was like, that's such a good name, and then I later chose it for the, so. Because the only other pun I've ever thought of for this, we have Annuary, we have Japanuary. Originally, before Annuary, I thought of doing Jackie Chanuary.
A little racist, but okay.
Yeah, but he's like, you know, he's like got some problematic elements, so that's why I steered away from him.
Well, I'll choose not to acknowledge those because I do love Jackie Chan, so.
We would have only watched the Jackie Chan Adventures series.
And Kung Fu Panda.
And Kung Fu Panda, which
Not
has a new show or something else.
It's a movie.
Oh.
They have a new movie, and Jackie Chan, I think, is literally only in the first one because the other Furious whatever's do not even speak in the next ones. Lucy Liu, bitch.
Lucy who?
Literally.
Okay. But yeah, so we're finally talking about some Studio Ghibli films.
Is it Ghibli or Ghibli?
I was just looking that up.
Because even doesn't even he like pronounce it differently?
Miyazaki?
Yeah.
According to what I read online.
Ghibli.
According to what I read online, like I think they don't have like the sound for I don't know. Like I think in Japanese they either don't have a hard G or a soft G sound.
So it's Ghibli?
I don't know.
Can a Japanese person just please send us a voice recording of you saying this?
Well, if you just Google it,
No.
if you Google it and like you click on the little play button of like pronouncing, it says Ghibli. So
I'm gonna have to. Okay, this is what needs to happen. I'm gonna
hello,
just have to take.
Miyazaki.
I'm gonna have to take one for the team, or that. I'm gonna have to take one for the team. Just go to Japan, find a Japanese person, and tell them, how do you say this word? How do you say this word?
They would hate you.
And then I go and I say, Americans, this is it. Shut the fuck up. I hope it's Ghibli.
But yeah, I personally have never seen Princess Mononoke until just today when I watched this film. And I was excited to see it because I've always wanted to watch, so many of these Studio Ghibli movies. I've only seen a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And you said this was your fave, so that's why we're kicking the month off with this one.
It literally goes back and forth. It's so typical, right? Like, oh my god, you like those new movies? Blah. But like truly, like Spirited Away and this one are probably my favorites.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones I've seen are Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, which I watched with you and Frankie over Zoom like a couple years ago for the first time.
I think the only ones that I haven't seen are Totoro. Oh no, there's also like the Return of the Cat. There's that one.
Well, so there's like
There's also like Porco Rosso. I haven't seen Porco Rosso. I haven't seen a good amount of them actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
She pork on my Ross till I owe. Yeah.
Okay.
You know those jokes? She blanked
I
on my blank till I blank. That's just one I heard once. And that was how I learned that Porco Rosso was a movie. So thank you to the person that made that joke.
Wow. Well, damn.
They were enlightening me. Because they're Studio Ghibli movies, but then Miyazaki only directed some of them. So there's like...
It's like a studio, but only he had like creative control over a couple, yeah.
Like his son has directed some.
Which
okay, little nepotiz.
Do you have a list?
Yes, I do. I was just working because I was like, the last name is Miyazaki, but that's a different first name. And I said, oh, little nepotiz, Goro Miyazaki.
Ooh, Goro.
He made
hot.
He made Tales
of the Fourth Great Thing.
Tales from the Earth Sea. Also made From Up on Poppy Hill. So there's that. And then Takahata is another director who did My Neighbors the Yamadas, Pompoko, Only Yesterday, Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh my god. Wait, Ghibli made Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah, I guess so.
You ever watched that movie?
No.
It's fucked up.
I bet.
Sounds
like it.
It's about I think it's two brothers like right after the impact of like I think either the first or the second atomic bomb, and then they're just walking through this fucked up, this desolated, like fire-ridden like wasteland basically. It's a great time. I love America's War Crimes.
That's how it feels watching any like Studio Ghibli film, I feel like.
Oh no, like that's a whole thing. Like for real, I watched like this little thing about it one time. His like the Studio Ghibli movies, I guess we're gonna call it that for continuity's sake. The Ghibli movies are very much like inspired by like his
beliefs.
Well, like his like viewpoints on like Western like war, basically like Western war machines. So like basically the atomic weapon, the same way that like I mean Japan in general has full rights to be like, yo, the fucking atomic bomb fucked us up because we're the only place besides Chernobyl and like New Mexico that have been like fucked up because of an atomic bomb, right? Or like atomic radiation. So like they have full rights to be like, yo, this is fucked. So like yeah, Ghibli focuses a lot on like environmentalism, like the destruction of like the impact that humanity has on the planet, right? But then also like the Western world, specifically America, is like creation of like really, really catastrophic like war weapons and just war in general. So sad times on Miyazaki's front.
Yeah, it's like they're always such beautiful films, and then when you think about like
It's like,
yeah,
oh, there's
when you're
a war.
sitting through it, you're like, oh, this is fucking me up.
Like, I mean, even like you've seen it. What the Howl's Moving Castle? That's straight up just like, who's gonna kill each other first? What war machine is gonna do it? Have you seen Castle in the Sky?
No,
That one's fucked too. Have you seen? You should watch.
I just said I've only seen House Moving Castle. And
Have you
Spirited
seen
Away.
this? You should also watch Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. Also very fucked up. It's like you're not wrong when you're like, oh yeah, these movies are beautiful, they're gorgeous, and then it's like, this is fucked. This is real fucked. This is some fucked shit.
And Miyazaki is currently 83 years old, and he had been retired after making his final quote-unquote movie in 2013, and then of course he just came back with The Boy and the Heron 10 years later, just in 2023 last year, and it's like out right now.
And it's getting crazy reviews. People love her. I'm gonna bet that it's gonna win like best animated movie of 2023.
And it probably should.
Like truthful, like well, I can't even think of another movie.
I mean, there were some good animated movies like Spider-Verse and Mutant Mayhem, Nimona.
Yeah,
but usually
like,
Miyazaki, they're like on another level.
Like those movies are cute, right? Like they're like, oh wow, like they're beautiful, they have a good story, but it's like
what's The Boy and the Heron about?
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
But like, it's gonna be something like catastrophic.
It's gonna be like, oh my god, this is gorgeous. Holy fuck, why is it talking about this?
Yeah, it says it follows a boy named Mahito Maki during the Pacific War.
Girl, not the Pacific War. The Pacific War.
But anyways, so Miyazaki, all of his films here. First, he did The Castle of Cagliostro.
Mm-hmm.
Heard of it? Never heard of it actually.
Looking it up now.
Well, this was pre Ghibli, I believe. This is just like its own anime.
Oh yes. I know her. It's a Lupin movie.
And then you said Nausicaa, is that how you say it?
Nausicaa.
Of the Valley of the Wind.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that was Castle in the Sky.
There's a castle in the sky.
Which I believe was the first one under the Ghibli name. And then there was My Neighbor Totoro. Everyone knows him and loves him.
Oh, we all know him.
He looks so cute, but I know once I watch that movie, it's gonna destroy me for some reason. There's gonna be
some bullshit to it, yeah.
Yes, Kiki's Delivery Service. Let's have Kiki.
She just wanted to be Kiki.
I've always wanted to see that one because I know Kirsten Dunst plays Kiki. Kiki plays Kiki.
I think Kiki's Delivery Service is like one of the few ones that's like, it's just cute. Okay. Like I don't think Kiki's like going through some war crime. Yeah, I think it's really just like, hey, Kiki.
It's just a young witch who moves to the port city, blah blah blah, with her cat and starts a flying courier service. Okay.
I think it's literally just cute. Yeah, literally. He said we need to chill a little bit, relax.
Then there was Porco Rosso or Rosso.
Porco Rosso, yes.
Then this movie, Princess Mononoke. Then Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, The Wind Rises, and The Boy and the Heron.
The Wind Rises? What the fuck is that one? Oh, I haven't seen this one either.
Historical drama film.
Is it about Oppenheimer? I swear to Christ.
It's a biographical film of the designer of a fighter aircraft.
All right.
Used during World War II.
Oh God! Oh my God! Oh, here comes the fucking war crimes.
All right. Well, I guess we've been talking about them, so let's just go ahead and get into Princess Mononoke.
Mm-hmm.
Princess Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke.
That is what I sound like.
Take a lozenge.
I have been taking them. Believe this, I'm actually doing better.
Believe. Now
Believe
hear
this.
this.
And you can take that to the bank. Princess Mononoke is a 1997 Japanese animated epic historical fantasy film written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki and animated by Studio Ghibli for Tokuma Shoten, Nippon Television Network, and Dentsu.
Good job.
The film stars the voices of Yoji Matsuda, Yuriko Ishida, Yuko Tanaka, Kaoru Kobayashi, Masahiko.
Well, no, they don't, because we're watching the English version. So this does not have those actors.
But I wanted to shout them out.
Okay.
Sunihiko Kamijo, Akiro Miwa, Mitsuko Mori, and Hisaya Morishige. But
everybody, hold up. Everybody stop. Let's applaud Sarah for trying. Good job, Sarah. You really tried it.
I did really good on those.
You did. I think you did a pretty good job. So good job.
Yes, but for the English dub that we watched and we will be talking about, the voice cast is Billy Crudup, who you might know from Almost Famous, or Big Fish. He played the fish.
He played fish.
He played
Big.
Fish. No, he played Big Fish's son, because the dad was the big fish, right?
I thought the son of the big fish was Star Wars.
Because he has a son too. There's like a grandson.
There's another. I've never seen Big Fish. I started that movie, got maybe 5 minutes in, and was like, I'm sleepy as fuck.
Wasn't the whole thing spoilers that at the end his dad, who's like dying or whatever, goes into the fish and becomes a big fish?
What the hell?
Anyways, Claire Danes, my queen, plays San. We love that. I love Claire Danes from My So-Called Life. We saw her in Stardust. We talked about her in that movie episode.
Yeah, Stardust.
Minnie Driver. Hello, our Tarzan queen. Jane.
It's my daughter.
Different Jane. This one was the one that was horny for Ape Man.
Oh.
Billy Bob Thornton is in this movie for some reason.
Okay.
Jada Pinkett Smith plays Toki. Yes?
I'm trying to remember who Toki is. I think she's supposed to sound like a villager lady. Okay, cool.
John DeMita plays Koroku.
Yeah.
He's in Naruto.
Okay, slay.
And has done a bunch of dubbing. But John DiMaggio plays Gonza? I don't remember any of these movies from this, and any of these names from the movie. Gonza?
Who the hell is that?
But played by John DiMaggio, who is Dr. Draken. Hello.
Girl, I don't know these people.
Moro is played by Gillian Anderson, our X-Files and Sex Education queen.
Okay.
Hisama, played by Debbie Derryberry. What a fun name.
Derryberry?
Oh, she's Jimmy Neutron.
Slay.
Okoto, played by Keith David. He was in Coraline, right?
I truly don't know actors. You have to remember that. I have no idea who an actor could. You could a famous person who isn't like full like A-list could walk up to me. Probably even an A-lister could walk up to me and I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
He's the cat in Coraline. He's got the deep voice.
Oh, I'm the cat from Coraline.
Okay. Yes, that's what he says. And then it's unknown who plays Nago, Wolf, and Ushikai.
The wolves.
It's unknown.
We don't know who they are.
We don't know the wolves.
It was probably just like a studio person.
Anyways, so like we said, written and directed by Hayao Miyazaki. And then actually the dub, the English version.
What's this dub everyone's talking about?
It's not like promoted, but it was written by Neil Gaiman.
The guy with the books?
Yes, who wrote like the Book of Coraline and all those other ones.
Okay, slay.
Then you do like Sandman, Dark Tower type stuff.
Sure. No, The Dark Tower was Stephen King, no?
Look, I don't know books. He did Stardust. Hello.
Yeah, you only read like 2 of them, I think, right?
I read 5 last year, okay? And I asked my Twitter people, I said, should I make my goal 10 this year or 5? And everyone said 10, so fuck you bitches.
I told you to set the bar low so you can go above it and feel better.
Yes, but I gave the power
To
the
random
hand-
bitches, to some random whores
of my
that don't know
followers.
you. Who knows you?
I don't know. Jared?
The random whore, Jared.
But yeah, so Neil Gaiman was hired to write the English version. This
Okay.
movie was released July 12th, 1997. The budget in US doll hairs is $23.5 million. Do you want to guess what the box office was?
This movie fucking cracked it out. 23.5 million. I'm gonna say 10. This movie fucking ate.
You're saying it made 10 million?
Yes.
Less than its budget?
What?
The budget was 23.5 million.
Oh fuck. A hundo. Domestically, worldwide?
I think this is just worldwide.
Okay, Mr. Worldwide, I'm gonna say 200
Pretty
million.
close. 194.3 million.
Hell yeah, let's fucking rock it.
Yes.
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 So it was released in Japan in July of 1997, and in the US, it was released 2 years later in October 99. It was the first Studio Ghibli film in the US to be rated PG-13
Oh my god.
by the MPA.
T for teen?
It was a critical and commercial blockbuster, becoming the highest grossing film of Japan in 1997, and also held Japan's box office record for domestic films until 2001's Spirited Away. Like I said, it was the U.S. script was done by Neil Gaiman. It initially distributed in North America via Miramax, where it sold well on home video despite not performing strongly at the box office. The film greatly increased Ghibli's popularity and influence outside Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I only knew of, first of all, like, when Spirited Away came out, I didn't know what Studio Ghibli was. It's only, like, after years later where I was like, when people talk about Studio Ghibli, it includes Spirited Away, which I know.
Yes.
But I feel like our generation, Spirited Away was the one that made us, I hit the mic. The one that made us aware of
I didn't hear it.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah. I know, I agree, because growing up it was like, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to disagree.
Okay.
Because specifically for me, I think I had a couple VHS copies of not a couple VHS copies. I had a copy of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase and Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
We know this.
We know this, right?
Famously,
This is lore.
The Saddle Club.
This is me lore, yeah. I'm pretty sure along with the VHS commercial for Cats.
Mm-hmm.
A
Cavities, a cat.
No, it didn't have that. It had did it have McCavities?
Cavities, not there.
I think it also had one for Nausicaa.
Wow.
'Cause I remember-
Scooby-Doo.
I think so, yeah, because it was like Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. And I'd be like, holy shit, this movie looks wild. This is scary.
That is wild when you're just watching a silly movie like Scooby-Doo.
And then it's like, yo, watch Nausicaa. It's about atomic weaponry.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had a VHS that had like Nausicaa, because in my head, that's how I know that it's pronounced Nausicaa.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind. And I was like, holy fuck. Oh my God. Oh, it's scary. So I think I associated Nausicaa before I did Spirited Away.
Okay. That makes sense. You've always been more of a little anime freak than me.
Yeah, little freak bitch.
So that makes sense.
I could just be fucking lying though too, so who knows? Someone
No,
let
I
me
feel
know.
like if I Google that, it'll show up on like a subreddit where someone will be like, "Does anyone else remember the trailer?
For Nasaka in
Being
the
in the
Scooby-Doo
Scooby-Doo
and
and
the
the
Witch's
Witch's
Ghost? Yeah.
Like, there's always someone that does that." So, um, anyways, some background on the movie. Miyazaki had come up with the like first rough ideas of what would eventually become this film in 1980. He worked for a bunch of like different animation stuff, including Toei. How do you say it?
I think you had it, Toei. I think it's
Toei,
Toei.
had done like Dragon Ball Z, Digimans.
The cat.
It's the cat. Their logo is a cat.
McCavity.
It's McCavity the cat.
Funny enough, actually, I started watching Digimon Adventure, which is like the reboot of the Digimon 01, right? The original. And I saw that fucking cat, and I was like, "Is this the bitch that she looks different? She's all 3D now."
Yeah, they probably upgraded her.
Let me upgrade you.
After unsuccessfully proposing the project to several production companies, Miyazaki published his concepts in a 1983 book, which was republished in 2014. Hello. Upon the completion of his manga series, Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, Miyazaki began work on the project proposal for Princess Mononoke in April 1994. However, encountering writer's block in December of that year, he decided to take a break from the production and direct short film On Your Mark as a side project.
Cool.
And he returned to the film and began working on the storyboards in April of 95. Sometimes you gotta just step away from it for a year.
At least 10. Yeah.
That's real, actually.
I mean, have you seen all the paintings that I have like half started?
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I don't post on Instagram except for like 5 times a year.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's because you're on Vero.
It's because I'm on Threads.
Remember that? Remember everyone saying they were moving to fucking Vero or whatever?
Wasn't there another one too that was like, this was just for artists? This is like specifically for artists. And I was like, girl, no artist is going to go on there.
Probably.
Wasn't it called like window pane? Some shit like that.
Raindrops falling on my head. Raindrops falling on my window pane.
Should we start an app?
I don't know how to even begin to
We're gonna read. If you know how to use a computer, hit us up.
I was actually just, you know how, like, this is very off track, but you know how, or maybe you don't know. Are you aware that Hank and John Green started that thing, like, it's actually like a collaboration with ASU of like, it's called Study Hall, where you can like take courses. You can like take an online class and pay like $25 or $40, whatever, for the class fee, take the course, and then at the end, if you like did a good job, like if you like your grade and you want college credit for it, you can pay $400 to get the college credit. Do you know about this?
What the fuck?
They're like revolutionizing like higher education.
Am I about to go back to get my software development?
Well, I follow Hank on Instagram, and I just saw a reel. He was saying like, oh, there's this class, it's like coding, like intro to coding. And he was like, it starts on January 9th. So like, if you want to register now, blah, blah, blah. So you want to code?
I'm about to take over social media. No ads. I'm promising no ads. And you know how? It's a subscription-based app. It's $5 a month, but you'll get no ads. You don't get any of your fucking followers suggested people. I'm getting so tired of social media, Sarah. I'm getting so fucking mad. I don't want suggestions. I don't want recommendations. I want to look
Oh my god, Instagram, girl, every month I am snoozing those suggested posts for 30 days. They should make it so you can snooze it forever or for a year.
If I keep snoozing it, what does that tell you?
Girl.
Grow up. Also, like, Instagram is like every 3 posts is an ad.
For me, and it's not because I haven't updated, because I checked and it's the most recent update. Okay. For me, is this just me where like I'll be scrolling and it'll show me posts I've already liked from days ago?
That's just you.
Okay, well.
Well, are you getting the weird threads that are like OnlyFans are like it's like the weird like just
like right wing thing?
Yes.
No, but I saw someone on Twitter being like, hey, what the fuck's going on with Threads? And it was something like that.
It's
Some, like,
I see them all the
anti-trans thing or
time.
something.
Yes, it's all crazy shit, and I'm like, I don't like.
Guys, I think we need to hop onto Vero. I think we need.
I
It's
think we
been
missed
10
the
years,
bus.
but I think we need to do it. Isn't that what it's called? Vero, True Social.
Is it still alive?
Their website's still up. Get the app.
All right. Well, let's jump ship.
I guess it's good for them because no one's fucking on it, but good for them.
Good for them.
Okay. Anyways, to achieve the environmental depiction that he was seeking to portray, Miyazaki and 4 art directors visited the island of Yakushima.
Holy shit! What was that?
Sorry, Yakushima in May 1995. One art director went to the Shirakami Sanchi Mountains, which had already inspired some environments in Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Nausicaa.
Miyazaki did not want to create an accurate history of medieval Japan and wanted to portray the very beginnings of the seemingly insoluble conflict between the natural world and the modern industrial civilization. Despite being set during the Muromachi period, the actual time period of the movie depicts a symbolic never-win clash of 3 proto-Japanese races.
Work.
And that's what we mean when we say, oh, cute movie, Totoro, cute little Ponyo fish. And then it's some
You start
big
diving way
backstory.
deep. Yeah.
Like me watching this, I was like, oh my god, I love this elk. Slay, I love this little guy.
Got shot.
I know. I was distraught. He is here in my background. Shout out. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Isn't
I
that
think
what the
he's
little
pretty
probiotic
cool.
drinks are called?
Those are Yakult.
Oh shit.
But shout out to them too.
Shout out to I need to start drinking those. Little probiotic
Okay.
bitches, yeah.
2 titles were originally considered for the film. So obviously it's now Princess Mononoke. The other title was going to be The Legend of Ashitaka.
Boring.
Producer Toshio Suzuki mentioned that Miyazaki preferred The Legend of Ashitaka. But Suzuki preferred Princess Mononoke.
I can see where The Legend of Ashitaka is probably better because it revolves around him. Princess Mononoke is kind of just like
Well, it's like a too long food. Thanks for nothing. Thanks for everything. Thanks for everything.
Thanks for nothing, bitch.
Julie Newmar. It's like it comes up at some point in the movie, but it's not like the main thing.
Yeah,
That's fun. I do like that sometimes because I'm like, I'm watching the movie. I'm like, where is this Princess Mononoke?
you hear about
Where
her.
is she?
It's her. It's San
I know, but like she's not there in the beginning.
McCavity.
We gotta wait. McCavity's not there. The film was the most expensive Japanese animated film at the time. It used 144,000 cells, 80,000 of them being key animation frames, more than any other Ghibli film. Miyazaki is estimated to have drawn or retouched nearly 80,000 cells himself.
Damn.
Animation production commenced in July 1995, and the final storyboards were finished in June 1997. Movies take a long time, especially animated films.
Especially hand animated films.
Yes.
I think The Boy and the Heron is that hand. We're not talking about it. Fuck it. I'll look that up later.
A variety of techniques were eventually used in the animation process. Digital ink and paint used to color the frames, 3D rendering, and digital compositing, which put the hand-drawn images in a 3-dimensional environment to create more visual depth, and morphing and particle effects, which create additional detail and smoother transitions.
Okay, so they used computers.
Heard of them?
I own one.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Obviously,
shit, I own it.
one of the big themes is the environment, you know.
Yes.
We'll touch on that. Another theme is development versus preservation.
Yes. Why
Love
can't we
that.
do both? Why can't we develop and preserve at the same time?
Asking the real questions.
How about that?
Another theme is loss of innocence. Yes, Miyazaki attributes this to his experience of making his previous film, Porco Rosso, in the wars in the former Yugoslavia, which he cites as an example of mankind never learning, making it difficult for him to go back to making a film such as Kiki's Delivery Service, where he has been quoted saying, "It felt like children were being born to this world without being blessed. How could we pretend to them that we're happy?"
Famously spoken.
He famously said it. So wait, isn't that's him saying, "I
That's
made
Kiki's Delivery Service
happy movie,
cute.
but that's not real,"
Yeah.
and that's why it's the only fucking cute one.
That's the only reason why. Why is this? I put it on. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, it literally is like, what the fuck?
Have you seen Ponyo?
Ponyo, yes.
Ponyo.
Ponyo in the sea.
All I know
Something
about
like
Ponyo is that it's like the Frankie Jonas and Noah Cyrus,
that.
and
Yes.
like they would always air the commercial of them singing the song on Disney Channel.
Ponyo, put it in the sea. Yes.
But that one seems cute. Is that
It has some shit with it too.
okay? What about Totoro? Do we know what that's about?
I think it also might have some shit with it.
But Totoro cute plushies. You can buy cute little plushies of Totoro.
But that's not what Totoro means.
Oh my god, he's a murderer. It's a horror film.
That's not what Totoro means. No, I think I watched Ponyo once, but I'm pretty sure at the end it's like it's a little fucky wucky. Yeah, there's some deeper meaning.
I know you're wondering what Roger Ebert thought of the movie. He called Princess Mononoke a great
piece of shit. Oh,
a great achievement and a wonderful experience and one of the best films of the year. You won't find many Hollywood love stories, animated or otherwise, so philosophical.
Wow.
Okay, he ate this one time. No.
Ooh,
Roger Ebert.
Oh, Roger Ebert. Okay.
No, usually it's very. I feel like half of the movies we talk about he likes and half he doesn't. And I mean, that's the joke of whenever we read his reviews, is that we're either cheering him on because he loves it,
Or
and we're
about
like,
to beat his ass.
we're like, yes, king. Yeah, and if he hates it, we're like, well, fuck you. You don't know anything.
No one cares about you, dead piece of shit. Oh, he is dead.
There is a stage adaptation. The play features large puppets made out of recycled and reclaimed materials. Okay, eco-friendly. Yeah, it was performed in London, so that's fun. It was the first stage adaptation of a Studio Ghibli work.
There's also, I mean, now there's a couple, like, Japan actually really likes to do, like, turn a lot of their animes or, like, animated movies into stage productions, which I think is really fun. There's also, like, a Spirited Away stage production, too, that I think I know about now.
Yes. Sorry, I was coughing. Trivia here. This one made me especially
Sad.
mad at Harvey Weinstein, of course. But very like, oh damn, that's fucking cool at Suzuki about what he did as a producer. So it says, when Harvey Weinstein obtained the North American distribution rights to Princess Mononoke, he approached Hayao Miyazaki and insisted on a shorter version of the film that would be better attuned to the American audiences. Now, I agree that Americans are dumb and don't have that attention span, but I don't think the film should get changed because of that.
No.
Miyazaki...
Was that Harvey who said that?
Yes, of course.
Fuck him.
Miyazaki was still upset by the heavily cut version of Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. So he was so upset about that still that he angrily left the meeting. Several days later, Studio Ghibli producer Toshio Suzuki sent a katana sword to Weinstein's office with no cuts. The words "no cuts" embedded into its blade. The film was later released in the USA in its uncut version, When asked about the incident in an interview, Miyazaki simply smiled and stated, "I defeated him."
Oh my god!
Legend.
he's that scene. I don't know if you've seen Cabin in the Woods, right?
Yeah, I just don't remember.
He's the scene of the evil has been defeated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I defeated him.
Damn, like sending a fucking katana?
A full katana with the words "for you."
No cuts. That's so scary.
Could you? If someone sent me a katana that literally said "no cuts" on it, I would legitimately piss myself and just stay in my house.
I'd throw out all my scissors.
Knives,
No cuts at all.
X-Actos.
Yeah.
Nothing's getting cut anymore.
This is the last major animated motion picture to be filmed on plastic animation cells. What were they after that? Paper?
Probably.
Eco-friendly again.
Recyclable.
Recyclable. Apparently Miyazaki knows this movie is very, very long, because when he screened the English dubbed version at TIFF, which I believe is the Toronto International Film Festival.
Sounds right.
Not gonna fact check that. He introduced to the film saying, "With Princess Mononoke, I intentionally threw out all of the rules of entertainment movie making, which is why it will take some time for a true evaluation of this film to emerge. I hope you will enjoy all of the ridiculously long 2 hours and 13 minutes."
And I told Sarah before we started recording, I stopped taking notes in this movie because it is fucking long, but also because, and not because it's long and boring, because it's so long that I'm like, I just want to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just literally wanted to enjoy the movie. I didn't want to take, after I started taking notes, and I was like, this is fucking boring. Not the movie, the note taking.
Miyazaki had intended this to be his final film before retiring. Its great success led him to do Spirited Away, and he's made more films after that, obviously. So thank God for this slaying and not flopping. Mononoke means angry or vengeful spirit.
Call me Mononoke, because
Yes.
I am an angry and vengeful spirit.
Princess Mononoke replaced E.T. as the biggest grossing film of all time in Japan until Titanic. Fuck Titanic.
Girl, Titanic is so, like, snooze fest. I'm gonna be real.
I've never seen the whole film.
And you choose not to.
It's just, talk about long. Talk about a long movie.
Long movie.
Lady Eboshi wears red lipstick, making her one of the very few Studio Ghibli characters with visible lips.
I was gonna say, who's a slut?
Who's a little whore.
You know what red lipstick means, whores.
I've never yeah, I guess they don't have lips, because it's just like that line drawn.
Yeah, well, there's also that thing of, like, that slightly racist representation where, like, when Japanese, like, when animation does lips, it's usually to represent, like, black people.
Mm-hmm.
So,
let's see.
at least they don't have that fucking Kim Possible mustache lip.
Yes, that's what I was thinking too. The creative teams of Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels cited San as an inspiration for Ahsoka Tano.
All right.
So that's why she looked like that. Let's see. I didn't get to look at these earlier. Leonardo DiCaprio was originally considered for the part of Ashitaka. Whatever. Many speculate that various things featured in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild were greatly inspired by this film. For example, in the first 10 minutes of the film, the clothes Ashitaka is wearing closely resemble both look and color palette of Link's tunic. Ashitaka has a sword and also uses a bow and arrow as his main weapon, which are also the weapons that Link uses in the game. Another example is the wooden observatory tower. Okay.
I think we're just, like...
I know, I think we're just naming things that happen. Like,
we're just grasping at... There's grass. There's these
Yeah.
little pig monsters. There's also pig monsters. Like, girl, get a grip. Not everything's connected.
I mean, if it is inspired, like, cool.
But this
I
is
don't
not
know who
J.J.
made those
Abrams.
games. What does that have to do with J.J. Abrams?
Because he's connecting everything.
Oh, okay. What's your history with this film? When did you see this?
I saw this probably a couple years back, honestly. Like, when HBO Max first did its thing.
Before they started taking off all their stuff.
Mm-hmm. Before they became Max.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You ain't a dog. You don't need to be called Max, okay, girl? I think that's the first time I saw it because I saw that all the Ghibli films were on there, right? And I was like, oh, Mamacita, you better walk. I'm going to work the world right now. And I literally binged like a good handful of them at a time. That's when I saw like Mononoke, Spirited Away. I had seen Spirited Away, I think, once. No, I watched for the first time ever, I watched all of them on HBO Max.
You had never seen Spirited Away?
I'd never seen any of them before this.
That's why.
So that would have to been whenever you got HBO Max. That's when I first saw these movies.
I don't have it. Frankie has it.
Whenever Frankie first got HBO Max, that's when we.
Yes,
saw these
and
movies.
shout out Frankie, we love you.
Thank you for letting me use your HBO Max. Thank you.
I mean, I let y'all have my Paramount Plus so you can watch All Stars.
Thank you, and I let you guys have Disney Plus, but I don't think any of you guys use it.
I use your Shudder.
Yes, you do. Thank you so much for using my Shudder. It makes the $60 worth it at the end.
I almost texted you because it was over, a couple weeks ago when I was going to watch It's a Wonderful Knife.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I needed, because I logged in on the TV, and I was like, fuck, I don't know your login. I was like, you probably don't even know your login.
I do.
But luckily, I was logged in on my computer already.
Uh-huh.
So I was able to, like, tell the TV what it was.
What I want. Yeah.
And I was like, oh, thank God.
I love that you already assumed that I probably don't remember, which is a good thing for anyone to do with me.
Well, because I was like, I fucking wouldn't. Like, I remember my Hulu, because I know that people might ask, because, like, so many people use my Hulu.
Yes.
Frankie always messing up my algorithm.
Why is he? Oh, when he uses your account for whatever
he uses
reason.
my profile and then watches Kardashians, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't watch this.
That's so funny. It's okay. I go on his HBO Max profile and I look at what he watches and I'm like, you're weird.
Why? What is it?
Because it's like a combo of like documentaries, right, and like queer shit, but then it's also like kids shows because of like his nephews.
I watch kids shows.
No. I'm talking about like what's some kids shows?
Paw Patrol.
And literally like Paw Patrol and shit. Yeah.
And I think that's okay. I think that's
Frankie's
okay.
out here watching Paw Patrol. What's Coco Melon? I was like, what's that? What's that one? What's the one?
I've never seen this before. I've heard of it, obviously. The poster always scared me because the blood and the wolf looked scary.
Oh, after she finished eating her raspberry jam.
Yes. So yes, this was my first time watching it. I had heard, like, obviously that it's great. It's a classic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But, this movie starts out with a narrator who I don't know who the narrator is. It didn't say. Talking about, like, forests being destroyed, and then the ones that remain are guarded by the beasts. And so right off the bat, we're like, okay, this movie's about deforestation. This movie's about environmentalism. Let's talk about it. This is very Fern Gully in the Last Rainforest. I think
this is better, but yes.
This one does not have a talking bat.
No. Or a smoke
points
monster.
off for that. We see. Okay, so me as my first time watching this, I didn't know any of the names or anything that's going on, so I wrote girls tell man on horse ? Because I was like, it's not a horse, but like what
it just jumps in. It just jumps in, yeah.
Yes, an elk. something is wrong in forest. So then I later found out that that man's name is Ashitaka, and
Mm-hmm.
the horse is an elk named Yakol,
Yes.
who I love. Yeah, this is where he goes to the watchtower, and they're like, "Oh no, I said you little worm guy, it's giving Tangela."
Tangela. Do we think Tangela was inspired by this monster? I don't know when Pokemon was invented. Probably not. But yes, we get introduced to one of the gods of this world, right? So like this world has like different gods, and they're all like different animals. And the theme that plays here is called the Demon God, which is one of my favorite songs from like the Princess Mononoke soundtrack. The like. I love
Don't
this song.
remember it, but okay. And this is a boar, correct?
Yes.
He's a boar covered in these little worms, and we're
Just
like,
put
"Oh
the song in
fuck!"
here. Put the track in there when I played. I stopped it right now.
And Ashitaka, poor Yakol is like standing there shaking in his boots, and he's like, "Run, bitch!"
He literally has to shoot the ground to scare Yakul, who's like literally deer in the headlights.
I wrote, "Oh my god, run, Yakol!"
Run, Yakul.
This whole movie, I was just worried about him.
You're scared of him and this boar that's covered in evil spaghetti. Yes.
Yes. And the watchtower falls, and we see this evil boar headed for the village and chasing Ashitaka and Yakol.
This is a good example of how they used like the 3D rendering with the 2D animation, because it looks weird, but it doesn't look like Anastasia levels of like
the music box.
Exactly.
Yeah, because when he gets bitten, and that's
not
always
bitten,
on his
wrapped.
wrapped. Sorry, and like on his arm. That's I believe the 3D animation.
But then it has those moments where it is 2D, so it gives this really weird look, which I think is cool. It's really cool with like the demon aspect of it.
Yes, so now he's like, "Fuck! I got all this sludge on my arm.
I got
and
this
it's also
goop
fucking me up. It's making my arm shake and vibrate and get angry, like I'm gonna punch something all the time."
He's gonna scream and shout and let it all out.
Mm-hmm. We see this wise woman bringing a liquid to pour on his.
I'm pretty sure it's just like alcohol.
I'm pretty sure it's just Yakult.
It's probiotics. Yes,
it's
because
Vicks Vapor Rub
in liquid form. Yes, because Ashitaka shoots the boar spirit. I don't know the boar's name. I should have wrote it down, but I forgot to.
Oh, well, they say it later, right? Like he's the one that killed. I wrote it down. Nago?
What?
Is it Nago?
Sure.
Nago?
Nago. I think let's say that. That sounds less racist. Yeah, so he kills the boar spirit, shoots it in its eye, and then shoots it in like the forehead, and then he collapses. But then before he dies, when that wise woman is there, she goes, "We will perform burial rites, blah 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 blah." But then he goes, "Ha ha ha. You will all know my suffering." And then he 3D renders himself into a skeleton, and that shit was ugly. That scared me, actually. That kind of grossed me out when I saw it the first time. I was like, ugh.
And this wise woman says that the boar god came from the west and had like poison in him.
And let's talk about that.
From the west?
From the west.
Western
culture is say it with me, everybody. Toxic. Yeah.
Poison. Western civilization is full of demons. Hello?
Get these white demons away from me.
And Ashitaka's infection will spread and kill him, is what she tells him.
This is when she's playing with her little beautiful stones.
Yes, it's his fate to go west. Fievel goes west. Yes, exactly.
Put the Fievel poster, but it's Ashitaka and Yakul.
And so we see Ashitaka leaving, and it's his sister, right? Kaya?
Yes, his little sister comes out, and she gives him his crystal dagger, which I think is just like obsidian, because it's like a weird like blue purple, right?
I don't know anything about gems and crystals.
Okay.
And then my next note is, he just shot that man's arms off.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Because he's traveling west. And yeah, he runs into this village that's getting like, and this is around the time where like samurai was just kind of like fucking shit up. But yeah, he fully just like shoots this man's fucking arms off.
And doesn't
And then
he shoot someone's like head off?
He decapitates a guy. Yeah, with an arrow, clean off.
That's wild.
I love how the best thing though is that like you never really see when anyone loses an arm or a head, there's no blood. Have you noticed?
It's just like a clean.
It's just ham.
Yeah, it looks like I was gonna say like when you have a cartoon ham, bone.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's in this town, and he pays for rice with some gold.
With one little gold nugget, and this motherfucker, we later learned that his name is Jigo,
a monk.
This motherfucker. I don't know how you felt about him when you first met him, Sarah, but when I saw him on screen today, I was like, oh, fuck you.
I was skeptical, of course.
I hate this motherfucker so hard. Yes, we meet Jigo, who like helps him like barter because he's like they're mad that he's paying with gold because these people don't know what gold is apparently. And then Jigo is like, hey there. Basically, he knows who he is because he's for background, Ashitaka is part of a village of people that were basically like, not to be topical, but like genocided by the emperor. But there's like a little bit of them left, and he was like, I've seen bulls like that before. I've heard tale of people that ride red elk like you do, shoot stone arrows like you do, wear the silly little getup like you do,
are ugly like you are.
Ooh! And then Ashitaka goes, and are fucking big ass nose haired bitches like you, bitch. With your big ass fucking pimple in the middle of your forehead, bitch.
Jigo is voiced.
Oh, my camera died. I need to figure this out. Sorry, let me charge a battery real quick. Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna be cosplaying as EO's webcam utility.
We love.
And then I'll be back probably in like 30 minutes.
Okay, you don't have a second battery?
No, the second battery I thought was fully charged, but it was also not fully charged.
Interesting.
And I thought I had turned the camera off the last time we recorded, but when I went and turned it on, it was already in the on position, so it was on and killed the battery that was inside of it.
Okay.
Mad about it.
So Ashitaka and Jigo, like they're in this cave. I wrote that Jigo's very like cynical. He's very matter of fact about the state of things.
He's very matter of fact about it, but he's also very much in that realm of like, this is the world that we live in. He's that person that's like, you might as well adapt to what's going on. You know what I mean? The forest spirit, which, yeah, it's like not the big baddie, but like he's the big one. The forest spirit basically like controls life and death in this world. So I don't know what this soup that they're eating is, but it looks fucking good.
I did, not to be a basic person, but I did eat a bowl of ramen while watching this.
Oh,
I'm gonna get cultured.
I think people love that. I think
and
people
by
love
ramen,
that.
I mean, of course, top ramen, not like.
Wait. What brand? Maruchan?
Yeah.
Play.
Aren't they the ones that make top ramen? It's the top.
And baby, when you're the bottom, I'm the top.
Yeah, I didn't have it delivered by like some like local place.
No, it's fine. I'm 100% in the house that instant ramen is good ramen. Okay?
It is good.
I have a couple bags of instant ramen right here next to me in my drawer. I love Maruchan, right? Maruchan.
Yes.
I love me. I tried this little like, I can't say it because I can't say the sounds. It's I think a Korean brand of noodles, but they're really good. But they had cheese in it, and that made my stomach get mad.
Oh, there's like hot spicy ramen, but isn't there like hot Cheeto ramen or something?
Probably.
There's like ramen where it's like that'll fuck you up.
Girl, if you don't have the iron stomach, some of this food she'll kill you. If you're not taking Yakult, it's gonna eat your shit. Yeah.
They should sponsor us at this point.
Oh my
Um,
god. We're sponsored by Yakult, and then what's that other like stomach thing that's good for you? Metamucil.
but for fiber.
Yes.
So now we see like these people on a mountain with these oxen, and they're scared of these wolves that are coming. These pups and their
And their
mom,
mama.
a big
Mato.
mama wolf,
Moto?
Moro, right?
Wait, hold the fuck up. Is it then who is Moto? Oh, I wrote the name wrong the second time. Okay, it is Moro.
Moro, voiced by Gillian Anderson.
Yes, Big Mama Bitch Wolf. I love her.
Who is Moto? There's Okoto.
There's the Mutos from Godzilla.
Um, so I said again, I'm just focused on the animals this movie, so I was like, oh my god, no, that poor wolf when like, it falls down. And then they're like,
When
oh,
Moro
like it
gets
takes
shot.
more. Yeah, they're like, oh, it takes more to kill her. Like she's a god, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
This is also when she says the line that comes back. This is her. This is the Chekhov's gun of the movie where she goes. No, she says it later. Never mind.
who, Lady Eboshi?
Yeah, when Lady Eboshi, because this is when we meet Lady Eboshi and her little posse. Lady Eboshi later on says, "Don't get too close. A wolf's head can still bite, even when it's dead."
Yes, 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 yes.
And I think that was really, really good foreshadowing for what happens later.
And is that true?
Girl, I'm not gonna test it out.
Have you seen that video?
Of someone getting fucking eaten by a wolf.
No, there was a video that
Oh.
went viral like a couple days ago of a coyote, I think in either Tucson or Phoenix, a coyote like on top of like a car at a Toyota dealership howling.
What?
Yeah, and everyone's like, everyone's going crazy being like, oh my god, look at this coyote howling
At
on
the
this
Toyota
car dealership.
dealership.
I'm like, girl, that happens all the time here.
Girl, I once drove to your house and saw at least 6 javelinas literally walking the streets.
One time I came back from when we used to go to karaoke until like super late, in the
Mhm.
morning. One time, yeah, I was driving back. There was like no one on the road, and like right by my house, like right where when I turned into my neighborhood, there was a fucking coyote walking around at like 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. whenever it was. I was like, hey,
You were like, hey, stay away from my dog.
people, yeah, who aren't here, I don't think they realize how like often we see coyotes. I saw one on the res like a month ago, probably.
I literally see, like, I was going to say jackalope, but that wasn't it.
Yeah, I believe you.
I saw a jackalope.
I believe you. Okay, so Ashitaka finds like these bodies of these two guys that fell off the mountain, right?
Yes, because they got fucked up by them wolves.
Mm-hmm. And Iboshi said, "Leave them, they're dead." She said, "We gotta keep moving."
Fuck them.
So yeah, like down the river,
But not
he finds
Ashitaka.
them. He finds them, and at first we're like, "Oh, they're dead," right? But then we hear that guy screaming, and we're like, "Oh, alive!
Mm-hmm.
They're alive." But this is when Ashitaka sees the wolves and this girl.
Covered in red strawberry jam.
Yes, healing Moro.
She's sucking that blood.
I mean, I know every lesbian. If Moro, played by Gillian Anderson, if anything happened to Gillian Anderson, like this is a perfect metaphor for like lesbians coming to her aid. I feel like.
I was going to say, is it because lesbians eat coochie no matter what day of the month it is?
What day of the month?
Period blood.
Oh, okay. I was like, what's the joke there? I feel like if Gillian Anderson had like a bullet wound, lesbians
would
would be
suck.
there to like, yeah, get it out.
Someone would give up part of their skin to heal her.
Probably.
I don't even know who Gillian Anderson is.
What?
No.
Dana Scully from
No.
the X-Files?
Oh. Okay, I like her. She's cool.
And then so he like yells and introduces himself, and they like all leave, and she says, "Go away."
She said, "You're a human. Go away."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Me."
And so this is when one of the guys is screaming. And we're like, okay,
Because
he's alive.
he's screaming because he sees a Kodama,
Mm-hmm.
the little forest, not the forest spirit, but like little forest guys, little tree
Little
spirit.
guys, little tree spirits. There's a bunch of them, and they lead them through the forest.
Yes, I love it when you can see their little butts. They're just little guys with little butts.
Okay. They get to like this little pond area, I guess, and
They get to the where the forest spirit lives, basically.
yeah, because they see this like deer in the background.
But then they see this crazy looking fucking deer with like 20 antlers.
Ooh, they say, who is she?
What the hell is even that?
And Ashitaka's arm starts hurting.
Oh, when it gets all like spoofy and like.
And then also they're like, oh, that guy's like, my arm doesn't like hurt as much anymore. And the guy that Ashitaka's carrying feels lighter.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh, what's this magical place that we are in?
Yes, the water has healing properties. I know where we can find eagle eggs.
Yes. And then we have Lady Iboshi's Iron Town. This is the home of the two guys that Ashitaka is with. So they're back to their home, and the villagers are like excited to see
They're excited and getting the stories wrong. Someone's like, "Did you hear? So and so came back from the dead," and I'm like, "Girl, let's not create fables.
Let's not spread misinformation."
Even in medieval Japan, okay.
Yeah, and all these women are horny for Ashitaka.
Girl, let me tell you. They said a young fella just walked in and all these... Well, also, we learned that all the women that live in this town are formal brothel maidens. Blah, 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 blah. Because this is why I love this movie, right? The people who are villains, clearly it's supposed to be like Lady Eboshi, right, is one of the quote-unquote villains of the movie. But so is Jugo. Jigo? Yeah, so Jigo and Lady Eboshi are like the villains of the movie, right? If we want to just black and white it, right? But they're slightly complex and they're not written to be like fully just evil. Like the whole thing with Lady Eboshi is she's very much like girl bossing. She very much is like she's like taking these women who worked at brothels and basically was like, you are now in a position of power. Like you are my girls. Like you are in charge the way I am in charge. And she also has those lepers that are also like under her care. And she's like, I just want to take care of my lepers and my girls.
Yeah, I was reading that too, that like the villains are like very ambiguous. Like, yeah, like Lady Eboshi wants to go and like fuck up shit in the forest, but she's also just doing it to like protect her town and her people and like help them thrive. And then if we look at like San, it's like, okay, she like, you know, is our hero, like, yes, nature, slay, love animals, but like she is killing humans. So it's like all the villains, yeah, they're not like, it's not black and white.
No one in this story is 100% like good and 100% evil. Yeah, like even Ashitaka is like very morally gray because he's like, I don't want anyone to fucking fight. Like I don't want but he's also not like the person that's like, why can't we all just get along? Why can't there just be peace? He's like, y'all just need to fucking stop.
Yeah. We get a backstory on Lady Eboshi and Labor. So she was the one, right, that drove it to the village.
Yes, she shot the boars used to live on this mountaintop. So they're the gods of the mountain. The boars are in charge of the mountains. And when Lady Eboshi and her posse arrived, they started like shooting at them, but they couldn't really damage them. So that's when they invented the gun.
When like they go back to like the back part or whatever, and she shows her weapons, I was like, "What the fuck?"
She's just making guns.
I was like not expecting that.
Isn't it that like no, it is. It's lore accurate, right? That like China and Japan were the first people to like invent like gunpowder and weaponry like that.
I'll believe it.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know.
Locked and loaded. I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I think that's one of like my little like tidbits that I actually know is actually true.
But yeah, so okay, maybe you need to take the world history class that Hank Green is putting on. Get your college credit.
No, I don't want it.
But so the reason he's cursed and like gonna die because of this fucking sludge on his arm is because of her.
Yes, because Lady Eboshi drove Nago, the boar spirit that was at the very beginning. She drove him into demonic madness when she shot him with the iron ore.
Chinese monks discovered the technology in 9th century for gunpowder.
Look at you doing homework, hormones. Look at you doing research. There we go.
Look at me on tea.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, I said girl is making weapons. And she says that Princess Mononoke lives to kill her and a wolf stole her soul.
Yes.
Is that what she says? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're already like, okay, that girl looked like she was doing nothing wrong. So this lady saying that she is like kind of a baddie is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Basically, it's like she's all for like what was the word that you used earlier? Modernism.
If I was reading it from the Wikipedia, I could not tell you.
Okay, yes. So
modernity.
Lady Bush is about modernism, and then San, Princess Mononoke herself, she's all about traditionalism. Is essentially like so. There's also this very like, and that's a very big thing in Japan about like Western modernism and traditional Japanese culture, like the clash between that and how you like balance that out.
By the way, didn't Japan just have like a earthquake or tsunami or something?
Yes, they just had a small not a small earthquake. They just had an earthquake / tsunami on I think the northwest side of the island.
Well, thoughts are with them because that's scary.
Yes, that's really fucked up.
Fuck the earth, you know?
Girl, global warming, let's have it. No, that's what's causing this actually.
Yeah, I know. Fuck the humans that did this and are causing different natural disasters to occur. So we have San showing up in the Iron Town and fighting Eboshi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she sneaks in and she starts kicking ass.
Kicking ass, taking names. Ashitaka stuns Eboshi.
Yes. So after they've done some fighting, after they've done some pow pow,
he gets in the middle.
He gets in the middle with his demon powers fully going. Also, I hate this bald-headed man. Lady Eboshi's like her guy, her like henchman.
I don't remember him, but sure.
He has the lumpy head. Anytime any guy has the lumpy head, I'm like, you can't trust you. You're crazy. Full offense to men with lumpy heads. Okay, fuck off. Get a round head. Okay, learn how to be round.
Okay. Learn how to be round.
Learn how to be round. But yes, he steps in, knocks them both the hell out, and then that random lady, shoots fucking Ashitaka as he's walking away.
Because like someone was grabbing.
No, she just was. What are you doing? And she just shoots.
Yeah, but he keeps going.
He just walks.
He said, "Nothing can stop me.
I'm stronger than 1,000 men."
And so when they get to the forest, San is mad. She's like, "I wanted to fucking kill Lady Eboshi."
How dare you? Well, and this is when Ashitaka falls off of Yakul head first, and then the fucking wolf starts to chomp down on his head.
Yeah.
He's just fucking. I was like, there's no way this man is alive.
That's Marty with my arms sometimes.
Oh my god.
Sometimes when he gets a little rowdy, we're playing, but he doesn't realize his own strength. He bites my arm and I say, well, hey, let's not do that. And
then he rips it off, and then you just have ham inside like those people.
A ham bone arm. We see the ape tribe that wants to eat Ashitaki, and they fucking hate humans.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have San taking him to, it's like a lake, right, with Yakul. And she's like, you're free now, be free. And he says,
He goes, girl, I'm domesticated.
He says, I love him.
And I always love him. And he loves him for loving me.
And then my next note is, this big blue guy must be the forest spirit.
Shut the fuck up. Not
I
the
said,
big blue guy. Yes.
Be.
The big ass blue bitch. I think maybe Avatar also was inspired by this movie because
It was. I read and James Cameron said he was inspired by it.
No. Well, Avatar.
Oh, you mean Airbender.
Airbender.
Okay.
But yes, also Avatar the Blue People is inspired by this movie.
Well, that's why I thought you were talking about that one. Is because we mentioned he was blue.
No. I'm talking about like when Aang turns into that giant like fish monster at the end of book 1, Water. When he's attacking the Fire Nation ships when he goes into the Avatar state.
We know what you're talking about.
Okay. Good. I'm glad you know.
I've never seen Avatar.
You've never seen Avatar?
I know her.
All right, guys.
I've never
said this.
Too much for me on Nickelodeon, you know.
No.
I was watching Mr. Meaty.
Ew.
Very, very far from Avatar.
Yes.
But I have always meant to go and watch it, and maybe it'll be this year.
Okay.
What's it on? Paramount Plus?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Netflix.
Oh, all right. Jigo and is it one man or multiple men that like are seeing this forest spirit in the forest?
It's Jigo and 2 other guys.
Yes,
2 other henchmen. Yes.
And we're like, this bitch again?
Because we find out that Jigo has a letter from the Emperor because earlier when we first meet him, he says the Emperor is looking for a way to like live forever, right? He's looking for immortality.
He's looking for his new groove, you might say.
Mm-hmm. And he's about to find it when he eats this forest spirit's head, allegedly. Because he has a letter that was like, the Emperor already pardoned us for basically destroying the whole fucking forest, so let's get this fucking head. Let's get some head.
So no head?
So no head. The Emperor, when they arrived back.
No head?
So what, no head?
We have the boars who want to kill the humans. Okay, and this might be when I was getting a little sleepy. I did have to pause. I did pause the movie and take a nap with Marty, and this might have been when, because I wrote. Oh, it looks like I wrote twink, but I wrote think. Think wolves ate Nago. Ashitaka says he. Oh, okay. He's like, I am the one who killed the boar.
Because all the boars come down and they're like, well, this is after. So we meet a couple spirits, right? We meet some of the forest spirits, which are the apes, the ape clan, and they plant the trees. Lady Boshi shoots at them. We meet the boar clan, which are in charge of the mountain, right?
And I love their meats. I love
boar
their
head
belly
meats.
Boar's head meats. Ooh, they really popped off on that one.
Ooh, they did it. Yes. So they come down and they're accusing the wolves of killing Naga. But then, yes, like you said, Akatashi's like, that was me, homies, because he became a demon.
He said, oopsie, that was me. Because he got a little evil.
He became a demon. Yes.
And Makoto, the lead boar, says, get out of my forest.
Yes. But this is when Moro is like, bitch, I'll eat you. You better stop.
Slay queen.
In layman's terms.
Sorry, I was sneezing.
Do it again.
We have Eboshi using weapons to kill. Was this the samurai?
Yes. So they're getting attacked by a couple samurai invaders, and then they're getting pop pop poop poop. Oop.
Okay. Okay. And Ashitaka, like we said, he wants no war. He's like, none of this. He wants San to live instead of dying with the forest because he's talking to Moro, right? And she says that, like, that's what's gonna happen.
Yes, because they're basically going, like, if we don't fight, they're gonna kill us. And if they kill us, then, like, blah, 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 blah. But yes, he all he wants is peace and maybe to kiss San later. But
And
they don't
a little kiss.
And maybe just a little kiss.
And in the Iron Town, we have the women who tell Ashitaka that Iboshi went to attack the forest spirit, and they're like supposed to hold down the fort there.
Yes. So at this point, we have reached that. I think we're at the halfway point of the movie now, right? We've gone through Irontown. We've gone through Ashitaka, like flirting with the girls, running the forge, learning about Irontown. The spirits chit-chatting it out, talking about their war plans, and yes, this is when we start to get like the. So at this point, the boars, the wolves, and San, not Morrow, but like the wolf cubs, the ones with the unknown actor.
Yeah.
They're gonna go fight the Irontown people who are now not just Irontown, but Irontown, Jigo and his goons, his little red cap motherfuckers, and I think that's it, right? So it's them versus the other ones, and they're fighting up in this little like mountaintop because they're smoking them out. They're burning some green fire with like some nasty putrid smell, and they're trying to get rid of our sense of smell.
Oh yes.
I don't know if Naro's with them. Maro. Can't remember. I don't think she is.
We have. Oh my god! I was devastated here. We have Yakol shot by an arrow.
Oh yes, because yes, he gets shot by those samurai.
And then Ashitaka kills the shooters.
Ashitaka again chops a man's arm off and decapitates him.
And I would do the same for Marty.
Oh,
you hurt my baby.
Now I kill you.
Yes, exactly. And then Ashitaka tells the Irontown men what's going on. And they want to go back and help their town and help their women. Yes,
so when he gets there, but this is when we realize that like Lady Eboshi is also kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Like to her own people, because
and we know that because she has lips. She's wearing those red lipsticks.
That fucking slutty red lipstick.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you this: if you wear slutty red lipsticks, good for you. Good for you, girl. But yes, so we learned that like during this battle, it wasn't even like a war. They just got like bamboozled, right? There were landmines underneath the Irontown people. So when the boars attacked, everyone got blown up. And then there were, what did they say, grenades from above? And Lady Eboshi just standing there like, yeah, do it. Do it to him. Do it. Do it. That's you when you're cold right now. That's you with your voice.
Oh no, I sound like him.
Yes, you should. Yes, do it.
Do it. Have you heard the story of Darth Plagueis?
Not Plagueis.
Isn't that what it's called?
Darth. I don't know. There's so many fucking Darth.
Not from a Jedi.
Not from a Jedi. Yes,
anyway.
But everyone gets fucked here, and then we see. This is when go.
Well, Ashitaka is trying to help.
Akoda.
That's the boar, right?
Yes, because he tells like you were saying, he tells the iron. I want to keep saying ironclad. What is it? Irontown people.
Yeah.
He tells them to go. Well, they first help first they beat up the red hat bitches because they're trying to kill Ashitaka because he's trying to rescue one of the wolf pups.
Yeah.
And so they all lay down the beat down on these red bitches.
And they help because he's trying to lift the boar.
Yes, the dead boar
off of the wolf,
and
then they go and help.
Yes, and then because they're trying to go find San and Lady Eboshi because they're gonna kill each other or the spirit.
So they go looking. We have Ashitaka with Akodo, who's starting to be it's San, right? Who's with Akodo, who's becoming a demon.
Yes, and this is when we see that basically it's I don't even know if it's the Irontown people, but the people that are with Jigo, they're basically they had skinned the boars and are wearing their pelt and are pretending. Yeah, they're pretending. And so Akodo is like, my men are alive.
She's like, no, you dumb bitch.
Yes.
She said, these are humans.
He's going crazy. He's old as fuck. He's demented. He's blind.
Blind.
Lord have mercy, he's blind.
Did we say voices him? Oh, Keith David, of course.
He's legally blind.
And let me tell you, Juan, that's my last note because I did start nodding off a bit at the end. But I think I got us through a lot. So take it away.
Take it away, Arnie. Okay.
Or
so-
like, you know, I was constantly like opening my eyes, closing my eyes, and like I was listening to the movie, so I kind of got the gist.
You were fighting for your life trying to watch
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
So yes, so Akoto basically gets punk nastied into thinking that like his boys are still alive, but it's just the guys. And so at one point he gets so overwhelmed that he like essentially becomes a demon, right? And his goop isn't purple, his goop is red. He's like mad. Right, and so him and San gets trapped with him because she's just not letting go. She won't let him go.
I did see that. I do remember this.
Yes.
That she was part of him.
But as when Ashitaka starts to show up, he starts to get like attacked by the boar people, I believe. I can't remember all too well. All to say, this was all part of their plan. Their plan was to get Akoda so riled up that he would become demonic. And then the forest spirit himself would have to show up and help cleanse Akoda. That's the plan that they had to lure the forest spirit in. They didn't even need to kill all the boar people. They were just using them as a lure. So Akoda ends up meeting with Maro, where they're like about to fight it off, and Maro's like, "Give me my daughter." "Not my daughter, you bitch." And he like grabs San and gives him to Ashitake.
Ashitaka?
There's so many words. There's so many people here.
Yeah.
Yes, Maro saves San and gives her to Ashitaka to save, and that's when the forest spirit arrives, and he kills them. He's like, Maro, you're about to die. Akoto, you're basically dead. And he lets him go. He lets him pass on. And then that's when he starts to shrink down into his like deer form. And then at this point, Lady Eboshi's like, "All right, guys, let me show you how to kill a god." And so she just fucking shoots the shit out of him. First in the head, but then he comes back up when he's pulling his Atlantis the Lost Empire and walking on the water.
He gets knocked down. He gets back up again.
He got back up again, right? And so at this point, this is when he gets crazy-eyed, right? Because Lady Eboshi keeps trying to shoot him, and then he gets all crazy-eyed and starts to block like the flint of her rifle, and she's like, "Why won't you fucking die?" I don't know why she's British. Mate, why won't you fucking die? I don't know what English people say. But then she actually does shoot him and decapitates him. But then this is when all hell breaks loose, because now the forest spirit is now a big goop monster.
Wait, she decapitated Akoto?
The forest spirit.
Oh, okay, the forest spirit.
Yes, Akoto and San are in the water, just being like, "Holy shit, what the fuck?" And the forest spirit gets shot eventually by Lady Eboshi, and this is when the line, "A wolf, even when dead, can still bite," because we see Maro's head slithering like a fucking snake, and she takes like her whole fucking arm off. Lady Eboshi can no longer fire a gun.
Slay.
Literally slayed. And yes, this is when all hell breaks loose, because the forest spirit is now pissed as fuck. It's killing everything. Jigo grabs the head of the forest spirit and puts it in this giant metal like Tupperware, essentially. And like they start to run away with it. And this is when Ashitaka and San make their chase for the head after they save Lady Eboshi, which also proves that like it's a good, like the whole time I was like, bitch, they should just kill Lady Eboshi and Jigo. Like if they were just dead, we'd be done. Right? Like there would be no problem. They'd both be like donezo. But like I think it's really nice that like San and mostly Ashitaka are like, I'm not gonna kill them. Like they still want to do good things in this world. They're just like not doing them the right way. But yeah, so they save Lady Eboshi. They send her to her people. They go back to Irontown and say, "Yo, there's a big ass fucking spirit coming. Get in the water because it'll slow down in the water." And then they're still on the chase for Jigo and the head. They're trying to get some head. But yeah, they eventually. This is weird. I don't know how you do this. Doing these leads is always weird for me. But eventually they catch up with Jigo, right? They catch up with Jigo after doing some run-in, and this is when I still don't understand how like Jigo's okay with this. Like he explains that like it'll all be fine because the spirit only turns into that giant blue bitch. What is it called? Like the Night Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He only turns into the Night Walker at night, and when he becomes like intangible. But then he becomes corporeal when the sunlight comes out. He becomes that deer creature. So the idea is, once the daytime comes, the forest spirit will essentially die because it doesn't have a head anymore to attach itself with. So it's just gonna die.
Gotcha.
Yes.
No head.
No head. But yeah. So after they don't even fight Jigo. Jigo fights them, but then they're like, open that fucking box, bitch, because they get trapped by the forest goop. And then Jigo's finally like basically like, all right, fine, fuck it, take the head. I don't want to die. And so San and Ashitaka return the head to the forest spirit. I think the forest spirit dies still, but like it regenerates the forest after it basically destroys Irontown. And that's the end of the movie, basically. Lady Eboshi is like, we'll rebuild Irontown to be better and not kill forest spirits. And Jigo's like, well, I guess that's how the cookie crumbles. Time to leave. And then we see then that's it. That's literally it. That's how it ends. Oh, and then sorry. San basically at that point is like, I don't think I can trust you because like I can't forgive you for like letting the humans live and like ruining the forest. And then Ashitaka's like, it's okay. I'm still gonna visit you. I'm gonna make sure that Irontown is like a good place. Like, it's okay that you're mad at me. And then that's how the movie ends.
Well, I should watch the end. This is sound good. No, yeah, like I was like in and out. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch like the last 20 minutes.
It's literally so fast. It just becomes so fast at the end where they're just chasing and trying to like get the head.
The head? Okay, well let me read you some IMDb reviews.
IMDb.
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 IMDb. And you're probably thinking, there's no way anyone has left a 1-star review for this movie on IMDb. And a few people have. So I will now read one. This is by WMill22069, written in May 2005. 1 out of 10 stars. Terrible.
Okay, fake.
It was terrible. And we only watched the first 10 minutes. Okay, well then did you watch it then? Did you really
I don't think they did.
watch it enough to write a review? Okay, they said, we couldn't take it. I mean, who the heck likes demon worms possessing a demon pig, pig skeletons, and arrows chopping arms off? Not us!
Oh.
Think all you want about us. I'm glad I got my parents to try it with me, or else I would have been having nightmares. There are plenty of good anime shows out there, so do yourselves a favor and avoid this movie at all costs. Lousy, lousy, lousy. Miyazaki did much better movies, like Castle in the Sky. Even if you hate me for dissing this movie, give Castle in the Sky a try. You'll like it. Princess Mononoke is a big no-no. I can't believe it's rated PG-13. It should be rated R.
What the hell?
Do yourself and your family a favor. Put this back on the shelf and step away from the display. It sucks. Don't watch it. On a scale of 10 being the highest and 1 being the lowest, I give it a 1. Yeah, that's how ratings work. You don't have to say that in the review.
Are they mad at the fact that they saw like a guy's arms get chopped off and a guy get decapitated within the first 10 minutes of the movie?
I guess.
Which is so funny because Castle in the Sky literally is about nuclear fallout. Like literal nuclear weapons.
But it didn't have demon pigs.
Ugh. Girl, you know the demon pigs, that's just gay people.
And then this was written in November of last year, so it's recent. This is 10 out of 10 by Blobster Games TV, and it's called The Goat. The inner peace of mind resulting from this masterpiece surpasses that of all the other charms in this world that I know of.
Oh.
They take the viewer back to the clock jump of himself and put him into a state of absolute purity. I see myself dying. After the film, I am nothing and everything, big and small, the world, and yet only a point on it. It feels like my life is part of an unknown cycle that is just as good as it is. I live, and I should live. He takes your arm like a mother, kind-hearted and full of kindness, with the words, "Everything is fine. I'm here." Tears come to my eyes. Now I know
What
what
are you
love.
reading? I'm so lost. What is
Now I
this?
know what love is. One word, Ghibli.
Was this a poem?
No, this was 2 paragraphs, and they saw the light.
They saw God in this movie. They saw the whole universe being born.
They felt God in this Chili's. I love that they had like this big revelation of like, I'm everything and I'm nothing. I'm big and small. I'm the most important thing in the world, and
Girl,
I am nothing at
this
all.
is just the Kesha lyrics from what's it called? Spaceship. This is just the lyrics from Spaceship by Kesha during the
Interesting.
bridge. The outro.
We do have a couple tweets. From, let's see, this is at Shane Christie 90. They said, or he says, it's better than 9 out of 10 franchise movies, deserved an Oscar. Mommy Wolf is the best in both versions.
What? Both versions?
Probably like the English dub and the original,
Oh, got it.
I'm guessing. And the remake, the 3D animated remake that Illumination is making.
Oh,
Imagine.
not the Illuminations, not the Minions.
Illumination.
You know the fucking what are they called again? Fuck me.
The Minions?
No, not them. The Kodamas are gonna be the new fucking Minions. There's gonna be one Minion Kodama.
Yeah.
As an Easter egg.
And then Grace at Diva Grace 13 says, I tried watching it once my first semester of college with friends, but I was very much in a falls asleep to every movie phase, and I only remember the visual of 2 forearms getting cut off and stuck to a tree.
Hell yeah.
And that's the important part of the movie, I think.
That's literally all this movie's about.
What are our final thoughts?
I love it. It's weird to talk about because it is very just like it's very much a serious movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is an animated movie, but it's I think when it comes to Miyazaki movies, you have to understand that like there's no like there's some comedy, but these are basically like animated dramas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no like minions to be like gabba gabba gabba, gabba, you know, speaking broken Spanish and talking about bananas, right? There's none of that. There's no like fart jokes. It's very much it's very much just animated like dramas for adults, but like towards kids to be like, this is the world you live in, bitch. You got birthed into here.
Yeah.
Never asked to be born.
So how many stars?
5. Perfect movie. I fucking love this shit.
Yeah, it feels weird to give like any Miyazaki movie anything less than 5 stars. Because they are so incredible.
They're also incredible, but they're also so very different and like they're just good.
And I have like nothing. Again, I've only seen Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, and like
There's
I don't
like
know.
no,
Even rating them feels weird. You know.
there's no cringy like character either. There's like no like in the world of animated movies, like there are animated movies that are like have serious moments, right? Like Sing 2. That bitch made us both
made me
cry, right?
I said,
But
"God
like,
damn it, they did it again."
but like Sing 2 never makes me think. You know what I mean?
Speak for yourself. The whole time I was thinking, who's playing? What's her name? Crystal? Who's playing the singing elk or whatever? She's good. And at the end, I found out it was Halsey.
Is that Halsey? Who is that?
I was like, oh my god, it was Halsey.
Okay, let me rephrase. Sing 2 isn't make me think philosophically.
Yeah.
But Miyazaki films, I'm like, holy shit, what is this world that we live in?
The only thing I could think of like knocking it down, either half or a star, is like it being really long. But I'm looking up the others, and they're also over 2 hours.
Yeah, no. Ponyo is fucking long too.
Like it says Totoro's an hour and a half, but Spirited Away is 2 hours and 5 minutes. Howl's Moving Castle is 2 hours 9 minutes. Ponyo's an hour and 43.
So almost 2 hours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so none of these are like just like 60 minutes. No, they're all like an hour and a half at minimum.
Well, and like kids
max.
movies are generally like an hour and a half, but like this isn't even a kids movie, so. Whereas like Ponyo, it was, at least in the US, it was very much like marketed as like Disney kid movie.
Oh fuck.
Which makes more sense.
Sorry, hold up.
What?
I can't hear you.
Oh?
I fully yanked my earpiece out.
Oh?
What were you saying?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'll just give it like 5 stars, because giving a Miyazaki movie like anything less, like I'm sure there are people who can like, who have seen all of them, who can like deeply like dissect the differences
And nitpick be
but
hypercritical.
I've only seen a couple, and like
but we're not doing like research here. We're just telling you how we feel about it.
No. But still, like even for like the way I rate a movie, like I don't really know what I could compare it to, or like, you know.
Yeah, this is gonna be a weird month because, like I said, it's not like they're not like hee ha ha movies. They're like, holy shit, what the hell? Like even Ponyo, I mean not Ponyo, but Spirited Away. It's not like about environmentalism or anything, but it is still kind of fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just give it 5 stars, because why the hell not, you know?
Exactly.
I do want to read a couple of these Letterboxd reviews on here, though, the top ones. The top review is by Depression Fan 93.
Oh, yeah.
Love that. And they said, if I met a girl who was raised by wolves and hated me, I would also do a bunch of stupid shit to impress her. Yes. Someone else said, gaslight, gatekeep, girl wolf. One of these other ones are funny, so I'll just leave it at that.
Exactly. You can't like be funny with this, really.
Well, no, even but like, just not a lot of them are funny.
I think because
usually you can get like a good couple funny ones, but
good ha-has. Yeah, there's just something about Miyazaki films that are very like. There's something very serious about them. Like there is some respect to his name when you hear Ghibli and Miyazaki in the same sentence, either him or his son, but like there's a little bit of like a weight that comes with that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But not in the way that it's like, who's that motherfucker that's like they don't make film like they used to? Who's that old director? Starts with an S.
Scorsese?
Yeah, that motherfucker. Like you can make fun of Scorsese, I think, because I think he's a little bit of a bitch, but you can't really do that to Miyazaki.
Yeah, someone's review says, amazing, thanks. No jokes on this one. Like, that's probably me too, because like a lot of my Letterboxd reviews are just little jokes. But yeah, like, hard to make.
It's like, all right, cool, I love this. This is great.
Okay, well, that's our thoughts, folks. And now let's give a shout out to the one, the only.
Iris is our dear friend and our podcast artist, also a little anime freak. Yeah, go follow her and support her at Creamsicle Panda on both Twitter and Instagram, I guess. Who knows? All these platforms are just one and the same. But yes, go follow and support Iris. She's amazing. Go do that.
Yes, do that. And if you want to follow us, you can do so by typing in at Planet Weird Pod on all of these little apps that you use, okay? Also, you can leave a rate and review to support us. 5 stars, please. You can get some merch. There's links in the description. And then you can also support us on Patreon. Hello. We posted like all the Disney Channel shows we're going to be talking about on Patreon. That's for our $10 and $15 tiers. Every month we review 2 episodes of a Disney Channel show. We're going in order. So this month is Dave the Barbarian. Barbarian, Bubba. And if you want to pay less, if you want to do $5, you get not only a shout out here on the podcast, but you also get the video version of this podcast that you can watch, see our faces, see me struggling. Just
see me not existing.
Yeah, usually one is there, but today the battery died, so
I guess it only died the last 30 minutes, which is okay.
But thank you to our patrons. Even if you donate $1, or even if you don't pay and you just follow for free, like just to follow the feed, if we ever post stuff that isn't behind a paywall, thank you so much. But shout out to our $5 and up patrons. I will read them now. Shout out to Fiona Hart, Lindsay Britt, Natalie Hernandez, Enrique Buenrostro, Jose Contreras Jr., Grace, and Ivy.
Shit.
Is there anything that starts with the G?
Ivy Gold Nugget.
Ivy Gold Nugget. There we go. Okay. Yeah, thanks, y'all. Appreciate you.
Love you.
Love
Billy.
you. So yes, on the Patreon feed, we'll see you. We're going to be talking about Dave the Barbarian next week, and then the week after that, we'll be back here on the main feed talking about Spirited Away. So watch that if you want beforehand. It's on HBO Max. Or don't, and just go in blind.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you have free will. Hope you are doing well and you are enjoying Japanuary. Let's watch those 10 different movies from the different genres, everyone.
Get into it, mama.
Yes. All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Sayonara.